G-Unit West Records had all the makings of a hip-hop dynasty. It had a leader who was dominating the music industry, a local up-and-coming rapper as CEO, and a group of young California artists who were hungry for success and ready to work. Yet as the West Coast waited for the release of what was to be the next big wave in rap music, G-Unit West quietly fell apart, leaving everyone wondering, what happened? G-Unit is a rap group from New York formed in the early 2000s by rapper 50 Cent. In 2003, following the success of 50's solo debut album Get Rich or Die Trying, he created G-Unit Records. 50 then brought together the original G-Unit members, Lloyd Banks, Young Buck, and Tony Yayo, and signed them to the G-Unit record label. G-Unit's first album, Beg for Mercy, went 4 times platinum, selling 6 million copies worldwide. Around the same time G-Unit was enjoying their commercial success, West Coast rapper The Game was busy working on his debut album in California. During recording, a discussion between record executives Dr. Dre and Jimmy Iovine resulted in The Game being added to the G-Unit roster, a move that was meant to help promote the new rapper, who was also signed to Aftermath Entertainment and Interscope Records. In 2005, The Game released the documentary with G-Unit Records, and it became an instant classic. To date, it has sold 5 million copies worldwide, with some of the album's most popular songs featuring collaborations with 50 Cent. The partnership between The Game, 50, and G-Unit was such a winning combination that many people thought The Game would stay on as a permanent G-Unit member. However, in less than 1 year, The Game was out of G-Unit, resulting in an ugly rap beef that lasted for years and included numerous diss records from each side. But even after his fallout with The Game, 50 Cent was determined to keep his presence known in the West Coast rap scene. In 2005, 50 Cent introduced rapper Spyder Lok to the world as the CEO of G-Unit West, a new extension of the G-Unit record label created by 50. Although this was the first time many outside California had heard the name Spyder Lok, Spyder was already well known to hip-hop fans on the West Coast. Spyder, a rapper from Los Angeles, California, and linked to the 9/7 East Coast Crips, was discovered by Suge Knight after freestyling for him at a restaurant in 2001. He then appeared on the 2002 Death Row Dysfunctional Family soundtrack, yet he was never officially signed to Death Row Records. Prior to becoming CEO of G-Unit West, Spyder Lok met and befriended Young Buck in 2004 in Atlanta at a hotel they were both staying at. A week later, Young Buck introduced him to 50 Cent on the set of the Shorty Wanna Ride video shoot. Spyder Lok performed an impromptu freestyle in 50 Cent's trailer, and 4 months later became the first artist signed to G-Unit West, receiving a $650,000 record deal. Things moved fast for Spyder under G-Unit West. He immediately appeared on Tony Yayo's album Thoughts of a Predicated Felon and on the Get Rich or Die Trying movie soundtrack. He also went on the Straight Outta Cashville tour with Young Buck, performing in over 40 shows. Back in Southern Cali, Spyder Lok, along with Juju, the manager for G-Unit West, began building the G-Unit West roster. 40 Glock was signed in 2006, and a number of rappers became affiliated with the G-Unit movement, including E-Row, Smurf, Ghetto Black, Snoopy Blue, Big Psych, Young Flo, Young Hootie, and Cartoon, with many of them tattooing G-Unit on their hands. While Spyder Lok and his camp were going all in with G-Unit West, The Game and his team were loudly going against it with their G-U-Not campaign. One big misconception at the time was that 50 Cent wanted Spyder Lok to go against The Game, when in reality 50 had advised Spyder not to get involved in the beef between himself and The Game. And in the beginning, both Game and Spyder attempted to remain on good terms. However, eventually, the beef between both camps became too great, causing a rap war between Spyder Lok and The Game, who had actually never had any problems before G-Unit West came into the picture. Over the next couple of years, Spyder Lok went on to do G-Unit mixtapes and features, and traveled between LA and New York recording material for his debut album. But 2 years after signing to G-Unit West, Spyder Lok's much-anticipated album still had not came out, nor had any album from any G-Unit West Coast recording artist. Spyder Lok was spotted all over the music scene with G-Unit, performing on stage and starring in cameos, but he was never allowed to perform his own music, and was more there as a hype man to other G-Unit artists. 50 maintained the reason behind this was to build Spyder Lok's image and celebrity status. In 2006, Spyder Lok and 50 Cent won an award for Best Original Song in a Video Game at Spike TV's Video Game Awards. but still, there was no talk of an album from Spyder Lok. In 2007, Spyder Lok decided to release The West Kept Secret, the album he had been working on for G-Unit West. The album featured the hit song Beautiful World, and Spyder released it independently with no support or budget from the G-Unit record label. No G-Unit album followed The West Kept Secret, which was supposed to be a prequel. Instead, 50 released other G-Unit artist albums ahead of Spyder Lok's, and the West Coast continued to put out G-Unit West Coast mixtapes for the next 4 years. One of the last projects done under the G-Unit West name was Graveyard Shift, a collab with Spyder Lok and 40 Glock released in 2011. Later in that same year, Spyder Lok was dropped from the G-Unit record label. Immediately after, everyone from G-Unit stopped communicating with Spyder and the G-Unit West family, including Young Buck, who had introduced him to 50. Interestingly though, there was never an actual conversation where 50 said to Spyder that their business relationship was over. 50 did, however, make comments publicly as to why nothing came of G-Unit West, suggesting that Spyder Lok's album was never ready for release because it lacked a hit song that would sell. As with most situations, there are two sides to this story, as Spyder Lok firmly disagrees with 50 Cent, saying he was told by 50 that his album was complete and ready for release in 2006. In 2017, an old video surfaced which showed 50 Cent asking a fan why he wanted to know about Spyder Lok, who didn't have any exciting records out at the time. Spyder Lok reposted the throwback video and accused 50 of hating on him and his career. 50 responded to the accusations by saying it was never hate, it was frustration because Spyder Lok didn't deliver a hit album. Spyder Lok himself has expressed confusion over the entire situation, claiming he has no idea why his album never came out. He suggests that his strong connection to the streets and his gang affiliation may have caused 50 Cent to pull back on G-Unit West, yet he maintains it's all still a mystery to him. In 2018, Spyder Lok released a project titled The Lost Tapes, with music from the G-Unit West era. The album featured 5 songs with 50 Cent, but soon after its release, 50 sent a cease and desist letter having all songs that featured him pulled off the album. This move by 50 showed there will most likely never be a G-Unit West reunion. 50 has moved on to producing TV shows, and Spyder Lok, along with former G-Unit West members, have also moved on, releasing independent solo projects, starring in short films, and creating clothing lines. And as far as G-Unit Records, to this day, there has never been an artist released under the G-Unit West label.